Here she approaches the vault. Nice speed. There's that Yuchenko full. Step back off the mat. That'll be up to the judge's discretion on how they score that vault. Nice block off the vault table, though. Still, looks like Yale's having a little bit of a problem on vault, getting their chests lifted at the end. They're kind of landing low, and that's not helping them with that stick, but she did have beautiful height and form in the air.
Now, the question to that is that because the runners are getting too much power going into the vaulting table, or is it not enough?
Not enough, because you want to finish your rotation and land with your chest lifted. If they had too much power, their chest would be falling back and you would be taking more steps backward. Right now, it looks like they're landing with their chest forward and then trying to pull it up, and when they're pulling it up, that's when they're leaning backwards and taking that step.
Now we swing over back to the bars, and Baldovino back going up. JC in her first event on the vault, a 9.65.
And JC is one of my favorite athletes here today. She has so much energy at practice and in the warm-ups today. She's definitely someone who has a lot of character on the team. She's able to keep the team light. And you mentioned the environment in the collegiate atmosphere. It is so different in the collegiate atmosphere than it is at the club level. It's so much more fun, and that's one of the things that JC said that she learned after her first meet last weekend, was that it was the most fun she had ever had competing gymnastics.
Well, obviously, at the elite level, you're competing for yourself, maybe for your country if you're fortunate enough to do so. But yes, a lot more fun. You're fighting for someone, or in this case, for a team.
You'll see a blind pike Jaeger. Watch this. Not only is Jaeger hard enough, she does it blind with that half turn right before she'll jump down to the high bar. She's going to have a double tuck dismount. Stuck landing, beautiful routine by JC Baldovino, the freshman.
That's exactly what the Bulldogs needed after Alyssa Firth had a fall on the bars just before.
And I believe Jordan Menino just went on vault.
You saw on that last image right there, Baldovino absolutely nailed the handstand. That's another thing that the judges are looking for. You want that vertical going up, nothing more than 90 degrees, because there can be points taken off on that as well if you short it or just go a little bit over.
Handstands are huge in college gymnastics, as well as the fluidity on the bar routine. You don't want any pauses, any stops. It's so important to have the fluidity, the straight lines, the stuck landings, as well as the height of all your release moves.
And if they can focus on just nailing each athlete going up and try to finish out the day on a high, similar to last week, I think they'll be all right. As JC Baldovino now, a little extra pressure after the fall. Last up by Jade Buford, needs to hit here for you.
And as you watch her come up to standing on the beam, she's going to start off with a very difficult pass. It's going to be a back handspring step out, layout step out. Taking one big deep breath before it. Nice split in the air, but not a great landing for her.
Meanwhile, on the floor right now, Darby Nelson going. We'll show bits and pieces of that throughout.
But watch this. I love this jump. The switch ring to a C-stone. Beautiful connection. Nice job by JC.
She definitely shows poise that you don't often see in first-year gymnasts at the collegiate level.
She'll have another connection here with a front aerial after the full turn to a wolf jump. So she has a lot of connections in this routine. That gets you some of those bonus points where you might lose others. Here it is, the front aerial to a wolf jump. Took a slight pause between the front aerial and the wolf jump, which could count as a deduction because it needs to have a complete fluidity in the connection. So she'll get ready for a gainer full dismount off the side. Stuck. Nice landing by JC Baldovino, the freshman.
7 was not the highest of the day. That belongs to Alex Harkey, who's going to go in the anchor position. Last week posted a 9.75 down at JC Baldovino going now. 9.575 on the beam in her last rotation.
She'll start off with a double pike. Beautiful height and landing on that first pass.
That's something that the judges are definitely looking for in the floor exercise outside of playing to the crowd and keeping the energy alive as well. Baldovino, mind you, also leading the race in the all-around as well at 28-7 thus far through 3 rotations.
And here you'll see that same jump she did on beam, the switch ring to a torte half. And she'll get into the corner for that second tumbling pass. The front layout, so front full. Little step out. But good form in the air. Teammates all cheering her on there. She sets up for her third and final tumbling pass of the routine. She keeps her foot from going out of bounds, but she does take a couple steps. All smiles from the freshman Baldovino.
Over back to Baldovino. Allison, is it mirror Yale trying to fight these landings a little bit?
Well, there she was trying to throw a 2.5, which we haven't seen any more than a 1.5 yet, or a double here today. So she was trying to throw a 2.5. She wasn't able to get that last half fully around in the rotation. So she is trying to throw a bigger skill, but that's something that might pay off later on in the season.